Welcome back, everybody. James Bouligny here for Cover 1. This is our state semifinal show next week. That is it. But the Wall Hawks are going to be playing. Richland Springs are going to be playing. Great season for the Concho Valley. We're going to get right into all of it right after this word from Angelo MRI.
Have you ever needed an MRI? Do you know someone that needs an MRI? And did you know that you have a choice? When your doctor orders an MRI, tell them that you choose Angelo MRI. The founders of Angelo MRI started Angelo MRI when they faced the high cost of MRIs from traditional medical facilities. That's why Angelo MRI offers a better way, a high-quality MRI for just $5.95. And Angelo MRI accepts all insurance, saving you time and money. It's your health, your money, and your choice. Angelo MRI, 4114 South Jackson in San Angelo, or look them up at angelomri.com. Remember, when your doctor orders an MRI, tell them that you choose Angelo MRI.
The Wall Hawks traveled to Stephenville's Art Briles Stadium to take on the Gunter Tigers once again in state semifinals. Last year, Hawks went up big in the first half. Gunter came back, ended up winning. They went on to play Woodville in one state. This year, different story. Wall went up 14-0 in the first half. Then Gunter came out the second half, scored 17 unanswered points, but that Wall Hawks, they showed a bunch of resilience. They ended up winning. They're going to Jerry World. Let's get into the highlights. All right, the Gunter Tigers received the opening kick here, and that is Knox Gage. He's going to take the snap, but Ben Taylor's going to bring him down, forcing Gunter to punt the ball. And Hawk football here. Landon York takes it and heaves one downfield for Evan Bailey. Catches it just at the half-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Hawks end up right there on the goal line. That Tigers defense held, though. Tyler Kleinsmith comes in and kicks a field goal. Hawks take the lead 3-0. After a defensive battle into the second quarter here, and after the Hawks recovered a muffed punt, Gunter would again hold them on the line, and the Hawks would go up 6-0 after another Kleinsmith field goal. It gets more exciting than this, everybody. But still, before the break, this is fourth down. York's going to try to draw him off sides. He gets the snap and finds Kellen Oliver right over Alex Fenner. Hawks get a score. They go up 14-0 over Gunter. All right, here we go. Just before halftime, Gage is going to take the snap. He's going to run it. And Slayton Hallmark's going to get him. And if you watch, he hits his head pretty hard there on the turf. He would leave the game. I believe they said he had a concussion. And I think he had a broken rib from a previous game. Just a tough kid there. Backup freshman Tristan Barton. He's going to take the snap. And the Hawks are going to send the dogs at him. Going to fumble it. Hawks going to recover. And that would be the end of the first half. Into the second half here, early third quarter. That's Parker Ailman for Gunter with the pick. Things really start swinging Gunter's way here. Now 4:16 left in the third. Barton's going to scramble here, and he's going to find the end zone. Gunter is now on the board, 14-7. And things go from bad to worse here. York takes the snap, trying to find somebody, but he would get sacked in the end zone. That's a safety, 14-9. Wall still leads. And here we are, 10:04 left in the game. That's Jackson there. He's going to miss this field goal. Hawks take over. But here on the punt, Levi King can't get a hold of it. Tigers offense come right back out. Jay Campiti punches it in from the 3-yard line. Gunter goes ahead 17-14 with 6:43 left in the game. And here it is, fourth down again. Something about Wall and fourth down against Gunter. They always throw a touchdown. That's Reed Robertson there with the catch, in for the score. Hawks back on top, 21-7 with 4:55 remaining. That is now twice on fourth down. Somebody get Rod Launder home a wheelbarrow so he can Randy Marsh it around. All right, Hawks showing some resilience here. Barton trying to outrun Dylan Sellers there. He fumbles the ball. They would say he fumbled it before, or he didn't have possession of it. Ben Taylor jumps on top of it. Quick strike there from the Hawk defense. They get a touchdown, 28-17 with 3:59 left in the game. After Gunter score and 2 points, the score is Wall 28, Gunter 25. Fourth down here. Barton going to sling it, but Gunter King is out there, and he just bats it down. That's a high IQ, unselfish move there by that young man. Coming up after this kneel down, and the Hawks are going to Jerry World They're going to play Newton, and let me tell you, Newton has a couple dudes that can run the football. Great game there. And here is head coach Craig Slaughter.
I'm here with Craig Slaughter, head coach of the Wallhawks, now going to Jerry World, made the state title after defeating Gunter tonight 28-25. Coach, let's get this out of the way. What was that third quarter? What happened, man?
Dude, I wish I knew. I'm excited to watch some film and check it. They definitely started running right at us, and kind of negated some of that speed. Offensively, I'm not sure. We never – we had a 3-and-out, had a safety, had an interception. We definitely wheels off a little bit there too. And again, I think some of that's their championship pedigree. They responded to what we did, and then thank goodness we responded there with a couple late to change that score. But just proud of the kids, and man, again, because I'm 1,000 years old, I know what an accomplishment that is. Just what a special deal. What an amazing community. My God, our crowd is, our student section. It's amazing. And
seems like they all traveled. Everyone at San Angelo Stadium was here,
Yeah. And again, dude, I don't know if this will soak in until I'm like driving home, like, oh my God, I'm working tomorrow. We have one more, and I'm so proud to represent, or to be a part of that football team and a part of that community, and just to get a chance to go represent Wall at the state title.
Coach, that call on 4th and 2, down 3, to not just go for the first down, but just go for it all. Like, it takes those kind of guts to win these tough football games.
Yeah.
What were you thinking when you saw Landon launch it?
We were talking on the headset, I'm like, hey, if we get past the 50, we're in 4-down territory, and let's let it rip. And, obviously, again, I trust Landon. I trust the kid on the other end of it. I trust the decision the offensive staff made. And just what a play. It's one. It's somewhere in my core memories. My brain's so jumbled right now. I'm trying to even think what all happened, but gosh almighty, I'm so excited to still be doing it.
All right. Well, subsequent series, what ended up being the go-ahead winning touchdown with Dylan Sellers, he sticks with that quarterback rush, and it comes out. Another touchdown.
Yeah, no, that was that didn't de facto in the game, but man, it puts you in amazing shape, and that one was just one of those impact plays. Back to back, Reed's touchdown with Dylan's defensive score. Just those are just two legendary plays, man, and those two plays are help taking the boys to Jerry World.
And it seems like every week I've talked to you about this. It's like, how does this team set itself apart from teams in the past? Obviously tonight. Yeah. Now you made it back to the big game. Wall hasn't been there in a while. Wall's never, won that big game. What's different? How are you going to bring home that state title?
I think you saw a little difference tonight, and we wouldn't have won tonight's game without last year's game. All those kids on that team that are amazing kids and players. You needed that experience in that game to help, stem the tide tonight. Again, I think we have a lot of really good players, and I know we have a lot of really good players. And I just know our kids are going to show up and compete, and they're going to play as hard as they can play, and they're coachable, and we're going to go play lights out. I have about 25 hours of work to do the next 2 days, and I could care less. I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to try to put our kids in position to make plays, and last ride. It's a weird situation knowing, all right, boys, we have a Monday, a Tuesday, Wednesday, we play Thursday, and there's nobody left. You're putting your stuff up. So it's again, I'm just so proud of the kids. Amazing.
Well, congrats, and go enjoy the win, Coach.
Appreciate it.
All right, there you have it. Congratulations to the Wallhawks. Gunter, great game by those kids. Proud of them. That's awesome. Hawks last year were pretty heavily favored to go, and Gunter beat them. I also remember a lot of this last year. Some of the Gunter mommies and daddies were saying it was respectful because it was from Gladiator. Don't understand that. I think the Hawks kind of gave it back to you. Hey, I guess you can enjoy basketball season. Moving on, we got DeSoto and Southlake highlights. Ryan Chadwick was there. Craziest ending to one of the high school games I've ever seen. We'll just get right into it. All right, picking it up here in the second half, Southlake's Angelo Deanda finds Blake Gunter to extend their lead 37-21 with 5:10 left in the third quarter. Here, DeSoto's legend Howell is going to take this one, cut up field, gets in for the touchdown. Dragons still lead, but the Eagles cut it 37-29 with 2:48 left in the third quarter. All right, here in the fourth quarter, and DeSoto really is turning up the heat here. Renda is picked off by Jordan Stevens, who takes it upfield, knows what to do with it. Takes it up, back to the house for a touchdown. 2-point conversion would be good. And guys, we are all tied up 37-37 after the Eagles were down 30-14 early in the third quarter. But Southlake is Southlake for a reason, and the Dragons respond. That is Davis Penn taking it 60 yards in for the touchdown. Carroll takes the lead 44-37 with 11:26 left in the fourth quarter. And y'all are going to have to watch this young man right here. His name is Sherrod Baker. He is a game changer for DeSoto. Eagles tied up again 44-44 with 10:46 left in the game. After a Southlake punt and with 6:42 left in the game, that is Baker again with another touchdown. Eagles take the lead 51-44. After unsportsmanlike conduct, Southlake took control again, and Renda here is going to find Brock Boyd down the middle of the field. What an incredible catch. Dragons are on the move down at the half-yard line. And here it is for all the marbles. This is second down. Renda takes a snap, decides he's going to look for Boyd, but is played very well. Now on to the third quarter here. Or third down, my bad. That is Penn again getting stuffed there by the Eagles defensive line. And here we go. Fourth down. Renda looking. He's going to take it himself. But he gets stopped just short. It was obvious short, but they called a touchdown. Fans were all upset and pissed off. Ends up not a touchdown. DeSoto takes over. Yeah, people got ejected and everything. Here you go, Howell's going to hand it off to Baker again. He takes it 99 yards for the touchdown. DeSoto punches their ticket to Jerry World and upset the Southlake Carroll Dragons. That's the craziest ending to a high school game I think I've ever seen. But good job by DeSoto going out there upsetting the number one team. And DeSoto's going to play Sheldon C.E. King in the state championship. And yep, DeSoto has upset the Southlake Carroll Dragons 57-44. Crazy ending there. Chadwick said kids got ejected. He was throwing his helmet. I don't know if he was throwing his helmet at the ref. That's what Chadwick said, but I don't know if we had the best angle there. I would like to think that we have enough respect for the refs that wouldn't happen. But nowadays, kids are so disrespectful, and there's a ref shortage. I mean, we straight up saw a ref lose his cool in the Gunter Henrietta game and probably lost his side hustle. So kids ended up getting ejected, but DeSoto's moving on. They can put this behind them. Southlake, great season for those guys. They beat the Central Bobcats there at Stephenville. And yeah, I think DeSoto's going to play Sheldon C.E. King. Yep. All right. And let's bring up some scores real fast. Or before we do scores, let's hear a quick word from Shelburne Financial. At Shelburne Financial, you are more than just a number. They will help you plan for retirement, prepare tax documents, and more. Whether you're looking to grow your savings or plan for your future, the experienced team at Shelburne Financial is here to help you and guide you every step of the way. Give them a call at 944-9447 or head over to 3177 Executive Drive and invest in your future. All right, into scores. Sheldon C.E. King beats Austin Vandergrift 58-41. All right, Galena Park North Shore beats Lake Travis 28-6. Duncanville beats Allen 31-9. DeSoto beats Southlake Carroll 57-44. South Oak Cliff beat Melissa 35-17. Shiner beat Mount Enterprise 28-20. But that Keegan Ash from Mount Enterprise set a new career rushing record. He overtook Kenneth Hall in that one. He only needed like 90 yards in this game to get it, and he did. He's going to go to Texas Tech and play linebacker for him. And he's also a pretty good linebacker. I think he had 7.5 sacks going into this one. Frisco Lone Star beats Aledo 56-52. Great game there. Carthage beat Brock 49-21. Richmond Randall beat Bernie 40-16. Stephenville beat Salina 24-21. Grandview beat Peaster 21-18. Great game. Yoakum beat Llano 71-27. Great season there for Llano, though. Smithson Valley beat Port Arthur Memorial 31-28. Kilgore beat Lavernia 49-0. West Orange Dark beat Sinton 28-3. Wall beat Gunter 28-25. Newton beat East Bernard 74-20. Joaquin beat Refugio 37-28. Hamilton beat West Texas 28-12. Munster beat Groover 21-18. And those are our scores brought to you by TriStar Fleet. Again, 6 men did not play this week. They played last week. Last week was their state semifinal. Jayton is going to play Richland Springs, and Rankin beat Water Valley, so they're going to go play Gordon. And let's just get into some of these state games. I'll just go through them real fast. All right, Jayton has Richland Springs. Richland Springs going back. This is Harley Etheridge's first year back, or first year there as a head coach. Great season for him there. Jayton is going for 2 in a row. Then into the big 1As, 1A D1, Rankin, who beat Water Valley, Borden County, and Whiteface. Those were 3 top 10 teams. They're going to play Gordon. Gordon's going for a 3-peat, but if Rankin's out there upsetting all these top teams, Gordon, let's not crown Gordon just yet. It's should be a good one there. Munster and Shiner, that's a rematch from last year. Hamilton and Joaquin, I think both of those teams lost in the state semifinals last year. Grandview versus Yoakum, Wall versus Newton. Yeah, Newton has 2 running backs, who one of them has like 1,800 yards, the other one has 1,200 yards. They got a freshman quarterback who's got like 1,600 yards. 2 receivers. One of them has 600 yards, so while I think they have 80 touchdowns on the ground, while they do that a lot, they can beat you deep. Defensively, they have, I think his name is Justin Bray Jr. He's got 8 sacks, so the Wall is going to have their hands full this week. Stephenville plays Kilgore. Carthage plays West Orange Start. Frisco Lone Star plays Smithson Valley. South Oak Cliff plays Richmond Randall. Duncanville plays Galena Park North Shore, and DeSoto plays Sheldon C.E. King. All right, let's hear a quick word from the ArcLight, and we will wrap it up. Catch all the collegiate and pro football action at the ArcLight Bar and Grill, located at 441 Rio Concho Drive, inside the Clarion Hotel in downtown San Angelo. All right, great slate of games. I finally got to go see Art Briles Stadium. Pretty cool. It's a pretty cool place. If you can ever go and see a game there, go do it. Brand new $40 million stadium there in Stephenville. It's really nice. But it was a great year for the Concho Valley. I mean, last week we had 5 teams still in it. We normally don't have that many left there in the state quarterfinals, state semifinals. And I'm just proud of all the teams around here. We had a great year here in San Angelo. Lakeview and Central both had winning seasons. They both made the playoffs. Central won a playoff game. Lakeview couldn't quite get past Lampasas. The Wall Hawks are going to state. Grape Creek won a playoff game. First time in their history as a school. Great for them. Water Valley made it to state semifinals. And Landon Lacey, who's an all-state safety and would probably be an all-state quarterback. He was hurt in that one. But it was still a great game. Probably the most backyardsy 6-man game I've ever seen. But our man Ryan Chadwick will be at AT&T Stadium next week. We will have coverage of all the state finals and